It is only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize there is always a way to solve problems without using violence. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Be not ashamed of mistakes, and thus make them crimes. The journey with a 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. Isn't it a pleasure to study and practice what you have learned? Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. It is not possible for one to teach others who cannot teach his own family. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. Your life is what your thoughts make it. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. He that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. Recompense injury with justice, and recompense kindness with kindness. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. All people are the same, only their habits differ. To love a thing means wanting it to live. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Things that are done, it is needless to speak about. Things that are past, it is needless to blame. Learn avidly, question it repeatedly, analyze it carefully, then put what you have learned into practice intelligently. Looking at small advantages prevents great affairs from being accomplished. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it. If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, to educate children. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. It is only the wisest and the stupidest that cannot change. To be able under all circumstances to practice 5 things constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 things are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. The object of the superior man is truth. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. A man who does not plan long ahead will find trouble right at his door. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Humility is the solid foundation of all the virtues. By 3 methods, we may learn wisdom: first, by reflection, which is noblest; second, by imitation, which is easiest; and third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Study the past if you would define the future. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. The real fault is to have faults and not amend them. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. A fool despises good counsel, but a wise man takes it to heart. Worry not that no one knows you, seek to be worth knowing. I slept and dreamt life is beauty. I woke and found life is duty. It isn't premarital sex if you have no intention of getting married. You can stay, but your clothes must go. I don't have a dirty mind, I have a sexy imagination. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. The longer there is no sex, the more romance. There is no right amount of sex, and giving up sex for a long time shouldn't have negative side effects.